Hello, what up guys, how you doing? It's Lasty here. Welcome today to my final video from the capture event. It is going to be an overpowered budget Bundesliga squad. Now today's video is presented by EA Gamechangers. Thank you EA for inviting me to Amsterdam to the capture event where I was able to obtain this footage for you guys. So what we've got is a cheap Bundesliga squad today, and I think this is a great route and possibly the best route to go down for the very start of the game if you are going to road to glory style it a little bit like me. Now, don't get me wrong, some people have been talking about the Bundesliga being a good league to do, so maybe the prices go a little bit higher than expected. We don't know just yet, but I think this is going to be a decent, fairly entry-level Bundesliga squad featuring some good players that are going to be great to use at the very start of the game. So I've gone with Baumann in goal. This is probably the last player you want to put in your squad, the goalkeeper. If you're running out of coins, buy the players you want and then save like 500 coins for a non-rare goalkeeper if you really need to. But we're moving into the defense, and this is at the very end of the capture event. I didn't have time to even go through and check the player bios for the players. So what you see me now do is building my defense. You see, I basically just pick out some of the decent looking players that I think could be right for the squad, and you know, that could be a little bit cheaper than some of their slightly better counterparts. So we've got Hakimi at left back. We've actually got Mbabu at right back, who is a great player. Looks very, very interesting and has had good cards in the past, but has normally played in like I think the Swiss League or something, so it has not been super usable. So we're going to put Kevin Vogt, and we're also going to put, I think it's Konate as our centre-backs. They both look great, and I think people are going to know that as well. Like, especially the French guy. There's lots of good French players. He's going to hold a slightly bit more of a price just because of that. But, you know, try and get him on a deal and you should be fine. Now, Thomas Delaney looks insane. 6 foot tall, left-footed player, as a 82 overall CDM. His stats are off the charts. And knowing that he can link to Jadon Sancho, knowing that he can link to Royce, yes, he is going to cost a fair bit, but yes, you are going to get a great player for those coins. Someone that might cost a bit less is Dennis Zakaria, because it's not the easiest club or nation to link to, and you kind of need a Bundesliga squad if you're going to use him. But 6'3", really, really well-rounded stats and great physical and great pace for that height as well. Yeah, you're looking at a solid player in Zakaria. He might be the best gem out there in terms of the Bundesliga CMs. Now, Emil Forsberg is the cam that I've decided to put in. No, not really much pace, but actually decent technical ability, and you know that he's going to link well with your players. Like he will score a couple of bangers. He will be that like corner taker, free kick taker, that type of player. So don't overlook someone like him just because of the pace. Now, Thorgan Hazard comes into the squad at right wing or right mid today. 82 pace, 85 dribbling and 80 passing, and actually 77 shooting is not bad for an entry level player. 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. If you're going to switch this squad up to like a 4-2-3-1, look at that, and a nice wide cam, a nice central cam, you know that you're going to get a fairly good player there. And then we have probably what's going to be the most prolific player in the team, someone that you're really going to be relying on. It's Leon Bailey. We know how good he's been in previous FIFAs. Now, I talk about this guy all the time. I love Leon Bailey. But 82 overall with 91 pace, 84 dribbling, good shooting and passing, 4-star skills and weak foot. Maybe you swap sides with him so that he actually plays as like a right cam or something, cuts inside, does a little Iron Robin left footy whippy, you know, that could work for you, couldn't it? And then we have Rebic with 88 pace and 80 shooting, as well as 81 physical. 4-star skills and weak foot, 6'1". This is the OP striker that you need from the Bundesliga. There are going to be a few different options. You know, you got your Yusuf Poulsen, you've got some other players as well, but I actually think Rebic looks to be one that may sit slightly under the radar. Maybe, I don't know. I think just by the stats that he's got there, he's going to fire the goals in. And actually, that physical is going to help out quite a lot as well in your squad. So this is the squad. It's actually a 4-3-3 number 4. But you could play this as a 4-2-3-1. You know, if you literally think about it, Zakaria and Delaney sit as the CDMs. Forsberg central cam, Rebic up top. Maybe you switch Thorgan Hazard and Leon Bailey as the wide cams so that they can both cut in and hit the finesses, and you know that this formation will work very, very nicely for you. But like I said, when I was recording this one, it was the very, very end of the capture event, so I had time for one game. One game and one game only with this squad, but there are a lot of highlights, as luckily there were a lot of goals scored. So yeah, like I think I end up, or someone ends up getting a goal from this first, section here. So I mean, it takes a while, it takes a few minutes, but we knock the ball through to Rebic here, who instantly starts troubling the defenders with his fairly decent dribbling for what he's actually got in his card stats. But he gets it through again here, and I mean, that's a bit rude. That is a bit rude to sweat it across and score the goal with Zakaria, but you have to remember the mindset I was in. It was the very last game of the capture event, and I wanted to make sure I got some goals, so we sweat it across, and Zakaria is there to score the goal, and that's his worst stat actually, is his shooting. So his ability to tap the ball into an empty net with, I think, his weak foot. I mean, what more can you ask for? What a player. So then we push forward again here. Delaney on the ball knocks it to Rebic, and I turn that defender really nicely, take the strike, but it doesn't work out for us, and that sort of rebound shot that I took there ended up just going wide of the post. I don't think I was quite composed enough to hit that one perfectly. But we get through with Forsberg. We knock it into Rebic. One more into Leon Bailey. Can he turn that defender? Whoop, we'll go past them. Babu there. Hit the post. It's so lucky that it comes back out to me that it goes in the back of the net. But we will definitely take it. That's going to frustrate you, right? If that happens to you in the weekend league, it will be frustrating, but it is going to happen, and it will happen for you as well. So there are literally always goals like that go in. We score that one to go. I mean, if that first shot had gone in at the back post, I feel like no one would complain, but the fact that it rebounds straight out to me, I do feel fairly fortunate about. So Rebic, again, showing that physical is difficult to get the ball off of him. And he's making some really good runs as well. And this time we open it up with the green time shot. Doesn't quite end up firing into the back of the net. And I mean, I pretty much cleared the ball for Maxime there. I don't know what I was doing with that back post, like, acrobatic strike. I wanted to just whip it back into the box, but I guess I went a little bit too far. Now, I guess we're pushing up to try and make it 3-0 here. Delaney's on the ball, knocks it into Rebic. Can I turn the defender? Can I knock it into... oh, I don't knock it in. I keep dribbling, don't I? That's some actually... Like, we saw on Rebic's card that his pace, his shooting, and his physical are good, and that his dribbling is slightly lower. It's still in the 70s. But I actually think that was quite well worked. That was actually really quite nice dribbling, and the fact that Forsberg was making a run is one of the reasons why the defence get pulled away, to leave a little bit of a gap there. So, maybe a little bit of teamwork coming into effect for us to score that goal. So yeah, I mean, it goes to show you, it's a solid squad. This is a good budget squad. We knock it back here to Emil Forsberg, hit it on the weak foot, but with the finesse shot, and it just has enough about it to still go into the back of the net. Maybe I was a bit fortunate, because I don't think I struck that one particularly brilliantly, and you might want to try and make sure you time a shot like that if you're on the weak foot of a player, but it was nicely in the corner, and I guess maybe like 9 out of 10 times that one hits the post or the goalkeeper easily saves, but we were just that one, you know, that 10% opportunity where it actually ends up flying in the back of the net. So we're 4-0 up here, and we've moved into the second half. I don't think this game is going to stay 4-0, and actually I know it isn't, because there's a fair few more goals coming your way. But we whip into the box there with Thorgan Hazard, nice little La Croqueta and some good dribbling and decent pace to sort of showcase there what he's actually all about. But then Maxime had brought on a couple of superstars. She'd brought on a couple of stunners, including Lewandowski. I think Royce came on, and some other good players as well. So it made this game a little bit harder. Leon Goretzka forces his way through, and that's a really, really nice goal. And before you moan at people for hitting the shush, I think Goretzka's default celebration is the shush. So I don't think I was actually getting shush there, but if I was, just, you know, Arthur meme hand comes into mind. So we get through with Rebic again right here, and I think the reason that shot goes in, I think, is simply because of the setup touch. You saw, you saw how we knocked the ball out of our feet and then struck the ball into the back of the net, like right there. That is a setup touch. It's a new thing on the game, and it can reduce the error in your shots. And I was told by a developer, and I've already told you this in another video, but if you hit the setup touch nicely and then you hit the green time shot, that is your best chance for a shot to go in the back of the net with the very least error. Now, once again, Rebic showcased some great dribbling to weave his way in through that defense right there, and we end up making it 6-2. And that's a nice celebration, isn't it? Whose celebration actually is that? I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, we hit that one nice, and again, cutting inside that defender there was sublime from the Frankfurt striker. So we're 6-2 up. I give a penalty away and end up getting a red card, and then Babu sticks it in the back of the net. I did what I recommend to you guys, which is staying in the middle for the penalty, simply because you never know. People struggle to hit it in the corners, so I stayed in the middle, but I was unfortunately done. And then is Leon Goretzka powering through again, showing that he's going to be amazing. If you've got like 50,000 coins at the start of the game and you're building a Bundesliga squad, I think someone like Leon Goretzka is going to cost that much, and I think he is going to be real popular, and he'll get people through weekend leagues, no doubt about it. So this is like the budget level Bundesliga squad that I would hope would cost you about somewhere between 25 to 50k. There's a couple of players there that might get hyped up and the price goes up. But then, you know, a few weeks after the game comes out, I would imagine this squad would be like 15k or something. So yeah, guys, do me a massive favor. Hit that thumbs up button if you do enjoy. Don't forget to follow me on social media. They're popping up on screen, and the links are in the description. Subscribe if you're new. There's lots of good stuff that you can do. We've got the real game coming out real soon, and that means one thing. The road to glory is upon us. I can't wait to share it with you guys. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day, and I will catch you next time. Peace.